Is the female brain fundamentally different from the male brain? This question has sparked debates for decades, with numerous theories, stereotypes, and societal beliefs influencing our understanding of gender and cognition. As we delve into this topic, we must navigate through a maze of historical myths, scientific research, and modern interpretations. For centuries, a myriad of stereotypes has painted women as inherently more emotional, nurturing, and intuitive compared to men. On the other hand, men have often been depicted as more logical, aggressive, and analytical. But are these generalizations backed by science, or are they merely products of societal expectations? One of the oldest myths surrounding gender differences in the brain is that women are more biologically predisposed to emotional responses. This notion suggests that women possess a more developed limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions. Some studies have suggested that women tend to have stronger emotional reactions and are better at reading nonverbal cues, such as facial expressions. However, it is crucial to ask ourselves, is this a universal truth, or does it vary among individuals? When we explore the structure of the brain, we find both similarities and differences between genders. Research indicates that there are slight variations in brain size and structure. For instance, women generally have a larger corpus callosum, which connects the left and right hemispheres of the brain. This structural difference has been cited as a reason why women might excel in multitasking and communication. Yet, is it fair to assume that these differences translate into behavioral outcomes across all women? The question of whether the female brain is wired differently has been approached through the lens of neurological research. Studies using brain imaging technology have shown that women and men may process information differently. For example, women tend to engage both hemispheres of the brain when performing tasks, while men might rely more on one hemisphere. This could suggest that women may approach problem-solving and creativity differently, potentially offering a broader perspective. However, one must be cautious about overgeneralizing. While some studies highlight these distinctions, others reveal overlapping capabilities between genders. It's imperative to recognize that individual experiences and personality traits often outweigh gender-based differences. Many women exhibit traits typically attributed to men and vice versa. This brings us to an essential consideration. How much of our understanding of gender differences is shaped by cultural narratives rather than biological evidence? Societal norms and expectations have long dictated how men and women should behave. From a young age, girls are often encouraged to express their emotions freely, while boys might be taught to suppress their feelings. This conditioning can influence brain development and emotional processing, leading to observed differences in behavior rather than inherent brain functionality. As we move forward, we must also consider the impact of external factors on cognitive abilities. Educational opportunities, societal pressures, and even personal experiences play critical roles in shaping how individuals think and act. For instance, women have made significant strides in fields traditionally dominated by men, such as STEM. These advancements challenge the notion that women are less capable in analytical thinking. Furthermore, the concept of emotional intelligence has gained traction in recent years, highlighting the importance of understanding and managing emotions in both personal and professional contexts. Some argue that women, often socialized to prioritize emotional awareness, excel in emotional intelligence. Yet, this is not a definitive trait exclusive to women. Emotional intelligence varies greatly among individuals, regardless of gender. Let us also address the historical context of these beliefs. In the past, women were often relegated to subordinate roles, their capabilities underestimated, and their intellect dismissed. Pseudoscientific theories, such as phrenology, sought to justify these biases by claiming that women's brains were inferior. Such ideas were not only false, but also harmful, perpetuating discrimination and limiting opportunities for women. Today, the scientific community is increasingly aware of the dangers of reinforcing gender stereotypes. Researchers emphasize the need for unbiased studies that focus on individual differences rather than broad generalizations. As we dismantle outdated myths, it becomes apparent that the brain's complexity cannot be reduced to a simple binary of male and female. As we explore current research, it is essential to consider how societal changes and attitudes toward gender have evolved. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of non-binary and transgender individuals, further complicating the narrative surrounding gender and cognition. How do these identities fit into the conversation about brain differences? One intriguing aspect of contemporary research is the exploration of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change over time. This means that experiences, learning, and environmental factors can significantly influence brain structure and function. Therefore, the idea that a woman's brain is inherently different from a man's is increasingly seen as reductive. Another critical element to consider is the interdisciplinary nature of this topic. Neuroscience, psychology, sociology, and gender studies all contribute valuable insights into how we understand the brain and behavior. By integrating these perspectives, we can develop a more nuanced understanding of how gender shapes our experiences. To foster a richer discussion, let's pause and reflect. What personal experiences have shaped your views on gender and cognition? Have you ever felt constrained by societal expectations based on your gender? As we consider the ways in which gender influences our perceptions of intelligence and emotionality, it's crucial to acknowledge the ongoing struggle for equality and representation. Women continue to face barriers in various fields, and addressing these issues requires a collective effort to challenge stereotypes and promote inclusivity. It is also worth noting that discussions about gender should not be limited to the binary framework of male and female. The growing acknowledgement of diverse gender identities invites new conversations about the brain, cognition, and social behavior. How might our understanding of intelligence change as we embrace a broader spectrum of gender experiences? In conclusion, the question of whether the female brain works differently from the male brain is complex and multifaceted. While certain structural and functional differences exist, they do not dictate abilities or intelligence. Our understanding must evolve beyond simplistic categorizations, recognizing that individual differences and societal factors are equally, if not more, significant. We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How do you perceive the relationship between gender and cognition? Have you encountered stereotypes that shaped your understanding of these concepts? Thank you for joining us on this exploration of gender and the brain. If you enjoyed this discussion and want to delve deeper into similar topics, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Silk Masks. Together, let's continue to challenge the narratives that shape our understanding of gender and intelligence.